The Cabinet Secretary of Treasury is busy allocating extra expenditure to the State House, the Office of the Deputy President, and other non-functionable offices. More money, while the Kenya's economy is busy collapsing. Unataka tukuite jina gani asubuhi ya leo? In all due respect, which is none, you're causing harm to this country. Kuja unipige kama uko na nguvu. Why? Ni juzi tu State House imekuwa renovated. Why does it need extra allocation? Why? How? Kwa namna gani? Huh?
Yo, like in the 2024-2025 financial year supplementary budget, State House, the Office of the Deputy President, and the Office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary imeongezewa ama imealloketiwa 5 billion. My friend, sijasema ati 5 billion. For what? Salaries, travel, and entertainment. Okay. Aya. Unajua in the between the what do we call the nini? The 6 months between last year June and December. Do you know State House ilialloketiwa pesa ngapi? 4.3 billion. My friend, kwani niulize 4.3 billion. Saizi State House imeongezewa another 3.8 billion, amounting to 8.1 billion. State House alone 8.1 billion 12 months. My friend, do you know what 8.1 billion can do in this country? Na niulize, kwani State House, what happens in State House? Kwani watu wa catering na nini wanapika na pesa? Ama tuseme hizo pesa ndo zimepangwa huko, hiyo nyasi yenye wanapanda juzi hiyo ni pesa? Ama hii nini ya State House, hiyo yote State House imetengenezwa na notes za hata $1,000, $100, ama hiyo roof imetolewa ikaekoma? My friend, do you know what 8.1 billion can do? Juzi Trump ameweka hizo amefunga hiyo USAID na USAID. Do you know ile pesa tunataka 24 billion. This 8.1 billion can play a very big role, my friend. Kwani lakini hizi pesa zenye president anaenda nazo na huku hizi za the abductions tour, hizi za mobilization, hizo zenye anaenda anafika huko na huko Kakamega anasema amepatiana bonus ya 100 million, zile zenye anaenda huko Garissa na huko anaenda anasema sijui amecompensate watu wa ng'ombe sijui na how many million, kwani zinatoka wapi? Hii bonus ya miwa, hii bonus watu wanapewa ya miwa na huko, hizi sadaka zenye anatoa 2 million 15 million every Sunday zinatoka wapi? Hizo ni hizo pesa. Haya, tuendelee. In this 3.8 billion zenye zimeongezwa saizi kwa supplementary budget, wanasema 1.5 billion is for unspecified expenditures. 1.5 billion hata ijulikani ni ya kufanya nini. Hiyo tu ni ile ya kucheza hapa. William akisikia anataka kufanya hivi, chukua peleka hiyo, akisikia ni 1.5 billion. Haya, 732.2 million domestic travel. Hiyo William akikaa hapa akisikia anataka kwenda Kakamega wiki mzima, hivyo hiyo ndio hiyo pesa ya kunini, my friend. 700 million salaries, mshahara ya wafanyikazi wa State House. Hizo zimeongezwa juzi, si zote zimeongezwa juzi, kutoka saa hii hadi mwezi wa 6. 700 million. Alafu sasa 312.4 vehicle maintenance. Haya, office ya Deputy President imeongezewa 420.4 million. Za nini? Salaries and travel. Unajua mshahara ni gani? Ni zile watu wanaendea kwa Kindiki. Zile mikutano unaona zinafanyika kwa Kindiki. Hiyo ndio mishahara. Hiyo ndio salaries. Hiyo sasa na ujue imeongezewa mishahara na saa hizi wafanyikazi wa Kindiki, employees hawajalipwa for the last 2 months, sijui 3. Kuna delayed nini, hawajalipwa mshahara. Sasa ni za nini? Ni zile watu wanaendea huko, mnaitwa Meru, sijui wapi, muende kwa Kindiki, sijui mkapige photoshoot, mnalipwa 1500 na MCA sijui 50, wabunge 200. Prime Cabinet Musalia Mudavadi ameongezewa 133.4. Hiyo Kenya haina pesa, 133.4 million. Kenya haina pesa. Sisi wa Kenya sijui budget haitoshi, sijui nini, pesa ipatikani. Hizo 133.4 million za nani, at least Musalia tunaelewa. Hizi atakula ma snacks. Hizi atanunua mawita Bix, Indomil, akule makuku huko kwa ofisi. Mudavadi as long as ameshiba, Mudavadi as long as ameshiba huwa na shida. Si unaona ashibe tu aka hivyo. Hizo mawita Bix na nini? Hizo zake tunaelewa tu, but that is extravagance. Sawa. Now Uhuru Rao wamepatiwa 88 million. Now Uhuru in that 88 million atapata 23 million benefits of the retired retired leaders. Apate 23 million za office maintenance, nini, insurance, whatever. Rao pia tu apate 20 million. Alafu hiyo ni 23 Uhuru, Rao 20, zinakuja 43, kuna 25 for unnamed deputy president. Hatujui ni nani. Tujui ni Kalonzo, tujui ni nani, ama ni hao wote wanakombainiwa wanapatiwa 25 million. Now, hii yote imeongeza budget ya nchi from the budget yenye tuliingia June from 3.46 trillion to 3.56 trillion. Nchi haina pesa. Wamesema we have fallen short kutoka June, wameshindwa ku raise 62.8 billion. Sasa ndio wakaongeza, ikakuja wakaleta kwa supplementary, ikakuja 85.8 billion. Mimi hata hizi mambo zinanipea stress. Imagine. Kenyans, we need to save this country. We really need to save this country. Haki ya Mungu. Tuweke the political card kando, tuweke nini? We don't need a Kikuyu president, we can't have another president.
Mimi nashindwa, Kenya tunalia hadi sijui bei ya unga imepanda na bado tunaharibu pesa. Hadi tunaenda kukampenia baba huko. Nani shaiona baba akishinda kura tangu hii dunia ianze? Pesa yetu wataturudishia.
Itachizi wadau. So State House aka Kasongo, Lilindiki na the Bwana Kizungu Prime CS, they are set to receive 5 billion. 5 mbwegze moja 5 billion for entertainment, for salaries and for travel. We are paying 5 billion so that these hoodwinked bloody idiots can have their entertainment at a time when kuna austerity, at a time when Kiki Security is laying off over 1,000 workers, 1,000, because the economy is in shit. At a time when we don't have condoms, we don't have HIV meds in our hospitals. 5 billion, my guys, 5 freaking billions. They are set to increase the fees on important documents like ID, birth certificate, etc. They are set to increase. But we have 5 billion so that 3 dimwits can have entertainment. For 3 men. 5 billion, man. 5 freaking billion for 3 men. And all of us, 40-something million Kenyans, we are here to serve 3 dimwits. We don't exist for any other thing. Our mind does not belong to us. We don't have hospitals that are fully functional. We are barely employed. Industries are running out of this country. The economy is in shite, but we have 5 freaking billion so that Lil Ndiki can host meetings in Karen every day. So that Bwana Kizungu wa Prime CS can sit waiting for Chipo Masala with our flag imeinama. 5 billion. Fuck.
Guys, let us talk today about the state of the nation, because nimeona treasury wameborrow 27.8 billion loan from the CBK, and this is not only a loan, it is an overdraft. And reason being, the need yenye state iko naye, the expenditure imekuwa mob than the finance zenye ziko kwa state, and that means state haina do, so they have taken an overdraft. Na sasa the worry is hizi pesa zinaenda wapi? Because ukiangalia on the other hand, unaangalia gazeti inasema 562.7 million money zinapotea every day, ama zinaenda kwa unseen project or unfelt project. That means money huwa zinapotea. That's why state haina do. And this is what my question is. The same way they are gazetting the need, the kind of money they are borrowing, it is the same way they have to gazette the breakdown of the usage of the money. Ka inaenda kwa education, watuambie ni ngapi inaenda kwa education, inalipo nini na nini, ni gani inaenda kwa health, inalipo nini na nini, but they don't do that. They say it's health and what have you, and on the process pesa zinapotea.
All of us in the political class are vultures, hyenas, thieves, and crooks.
No,
it is only that the voters don't know that is what we are.
Even yourself?
Absolutely. It's only that I behave well. You can't know my inner behavior. Absolutely. Every human being has the capacity of being evil. So the voters are the ones who are getting a story on who we are, and they're beginning to know exactly who we are.
Wakenya sahi kitu tumebaki nayo tu ni kuongea kizungu. That's the only thing we have. People are suffering out there. Watu wanapitia shida nyingi sana, especially watu wenye wako na family. Unapata mtu ako na watoto wawili, watoto watatu, ako na bibi, ako na nini, watoto inafaa waende shule, watoto inafaa wasome, inafaa lipe rent, inafaa fanye nini. Hata mshahara analipwa sasa itoshi. Ile shida watu wanapitia hapa nje, mwenzako akikupigia simu akikwambia nisaidie na shilingi 200, hata usianze kumuuliza ni ya nini na unarudisha lini. Kama uko nayo mtumie. People are passing through hell. People are passing through hell. Hii government imeturudisha tumekuwa fukara. The only thing we remain with ni kuongea English. Majirani wetu Tanzania, Uganda na hizo nchi zingine, at least they can afford to eat. Kenya hata sai kula imekuwa ni shida. Kitu tuko nao ni kuongea kizungu. Na kitu nyingine sahi, watu wamerudi nyuma. I mean the transport industry I'm saying. Sahi hata sahi baiskeli watu wamerudi kwa mapikipiki. Mtu alikuwa anakuambia njoo nichukue nipeleke airport, njoo nichukue nipeleke SGR, njoo nichukue nipeleke Diani. Siku hizi ya Diani sahi sisi hapa Mombasa kwenda hapa Diani sahi imekuwa ni kama tunaenda ngambo. Si rahisi uende Diani ama upeleke mtu Malindi. Hizo kwenda huko zilisha. Watu hawaendi tena. People no longer go there. Wenye walikuwa wanatumia magari sasa wamerudi kwa pikipiki na baiskeli. Baiskeli sasa zimejaa. Kitambo ulikuwa hata si rahisi uone baiskeli. Ulikuwa za piga hata wiki mbili hujaona bicycle. Sasa zimejaa tele. Black Mamba ziko kila mahali. Hizo baiskeli za Black Mamba. Zimeanza kurudi because poverty, people are going back. So mwenzako kuomba, mimi wajua hata nilikuwa nachukia mtu kunitumia please call me. Lakini siku hizi naelewa. Send me please call me, I'll call you back. People are broke. Watu hawana pesa. Tuliambiwa nini mwenye yako chini atapanda juu? Hapana. Ndiye anarudi kwenda chini. Hata ile kidogo ulikuwa nao kwa mfuko sasa inatolewa. We are dead broke as Kenyans. Na nikisikia mtu anasema 10 bila break, huwa inanitia huzuni sana. Because if you've not suffered in this government, I don't know ni suffering gani unangoja. Sijui ni ya hell ama ni gani unangoja. People are broke. So kama mwenzako amekuitisha hata shilingi 50, tuma hata 100. And don't ask ni ya kazi gani. Tuma tu. Sahi Kenya, let us support each other. Kwa sababu it is evident politicians, they have no time for us. So let us help each other. People are broke. Mbaya sana.
So today we are the National Treasury and the Cabinet Secretary, John Badi, has just spoken, saying that everything is going to be fine. In fact, is my cameraman Langat. Anasema ati pesa iko mfukoni. Pesa imefika mfukoni. Yeah, so essentially he pointed out some macroeconomic factors. You know, they talk about interest. Okay, you've been seeing banks reducing interest. That is one of the measurements. They're talking about inflation. Inflation has been coming down. Yes. So you realize that from the government perspective, and even when you look at the paper, paper's point of view, like the data from when it's laid on the paper, it seems that we were doing pretty well. But still, lots of Kenyans are saying that there's no money. There's no money for them in their pockets. And in fact, this press briefing was all about how can you make sure that people are having more money in their pockets. So, Treasury says since CBK has been reducing the central bank rate and also the cash reserve ratio, CRR, is saying that now banks will be sort of forced to lend to the public. That is one. And you've been seeing a few banks here and there reducing interest rates, which again is interesting to see. And that is one of the ways they're saying that they're gonna reduce or they're gonna get money to get into your pocket. Sorry, I'm a little bit discombobulated for lack of a bigger word. Yeah, but here's the Treasury CS talking, listening.
Improvements as investors' activity at the Nairobi Securities Exchange increase. Foreign direct investment flows have increased and shown clear signs of improvement. So due to the easing of the food and energy prices as a result of various government interventions, we have also seen a reduction in inflation from a high of 9.6% in October 2022 to the latest 3.3% in January 2025. When we took the tax laws amendment bill in Parliament, one of the objectives of that tax laws amendment bill was to give some reprieve to salaried Kenyans. And that is why I was very unhappy with people who are distorting facts and inciting Kenyans against that bill, because it was helping cushion Kenyans.
Wabunge haro, wabunge haro, siogope salamu, salamu ni za Mungu, salamu ni za Mungu, usiogope, hata Mungu alisalimia watu na mawe. Halo, kujani kwa ground, kujani.
There's no Kigogo anymore in this country. There's no Kigogo. There's nobody who can claim that I control this region. Even Joe was speaking in Taveta, talking down on Kenyans. It didn't take him 12 hours to tone down and show remorse. Yeah, these Kenyans are all walking with their sovereignty in their pockets since 25th of June. Until that time that they'll be called to an election, they'll decide which direction they want the leadership to come from. What we have so far are rejected leaders. So don't analyze politics thinking that, oh, I have Joe, I have Kindiki, I have Uhuru. We've now been we're on a revolution. You saw the radio presenters and Kameme. They're the ones who said, even go and resurrect Dedan Kimathi will not come. Don't stop at Uhuru Kenyatta's doorstep. Go ahead and put Dedan Kimathi. We are not body. Uhuru goes this way, Mount Kenya will go opposite. If he dares say that support Kasongo, I assure you, even the church, which traditionally kept quiet, by the time the Akorinos are also condemning William Ruto's donations. I mean, be serious. She'll tell you something. Even his own Rift Valley backyard is slippery for him. Now, if he's been rejected by his own backyarders, what do you think of the rest of the country? Kasongo is someone to go.
This is the time for true change. True change. And for those who are in parliament, nasema by March, Unashika vizuri? If by March they don't do anything, hapa nimechukua kijana maridadi wenu wa Ng'ia, anaitwa Willis Otieno Ochieng. Willis, mama. Mnatuona hivi? This young man is only 40 years old. Sio ni generation ya Gen Z. Na mimi ni 60. Na sisi tuko na suluhu ya hii shida ya pesa. Mnasikia? Niko na suluhu, tuko na suluhu ya hii shida ya pesa. Tunajua kutafuta pesa. Tunajua kutafuta pesa. Na sisi tunataka tuona nyinyi mko na pesa. Mkiwa na pesa, nchi itaendelea mbele. Hata bizi unaoa utaoa ile kama mzee Ochieng. Mnashika? We want you to have money in your pockets, true money. And the only way to get true money is to kill hii kitu inaitwa deni. Tumoe hii kitu ya deni. No, sikulipa. Sikulipa. Hiyo deni umefaidika namna gani na hiyo deni? Umefaidika namna gani? Hiyo ilikuwa wizi mtupu. And we are going to change this game. Mumekubali niende na Willis? Mumekubali niende na Willis? Mumekubali niende na Willis? Basi,
hata kama uko mjinga aje, hata kama uko kanyaga shule, hata kama wewe akili yako ni ndogo kiasi gani, usifikirie hivi vile huyu mtu anafikiria. Usifikirie vile huyu mtu anafikiria kabisa kabisa.
Ruto must go. Go where? Aende wapi? To State House of Course. 10 years yake amalize. Vile watu wa mlima mulituaibisha 2022. We are going to do the same.
Hajatuambia Ruto inafaa baki kwa power kwa sababu amefanya vitu gani ya kufaidi wananchi. Yeye anasema ataenda kupiga kura kupunish. And I've been telling people, avoid this kind of mentality. I'm telling you, those people who will be going to the ballot to punish others will suffer more after Ruto retains power in 2027. Let us go to this election with a very sober mind as citizens of this nation. If you go to this election to punish someone, my friend, or to punish a certain tribe, you are the first person who will feel the wrath and the heat of that leader. You want to go and elect back. All Kenyans are suffering right now. All Kenyans, hakuna Mkenya pati shida. Let us avoid this kind of thinking. Hii hata mtoto hizi fikiria hivi. How do you go to the ballot to punish people instead of you going to elect better leaders who are going to better your life? You are going to punish others. This is a very dangerous way of thinking. Hii ni hatari sana. This is dangerous. You should not think like this.
There's a Kenyan who is still planning to vote for Ruto come 2027. Despite the fact that we've had the worst economy, we've had abductions, we've had an insane level of corruption, there's still someone who will vote for him. There's still a Kenyan who will vote for Ronald Karauri, an MP who voted yes to the finance bill. To the finance bill, which was putting everybody in a bad position when it comes to taxes, when it comes to even accessing things, just because. And let's not forget that people died when we were protesting for that finance bill. There's a Kenyan who is going to still vote for Esther Passaris, a woman rep who has never done anything productive when it comes to fighting for women's rights, when it comes to tabling bills which will actually assist women in the capital city. There's a Kenyan who's still going to vote for Sakaja. There are no dustbins even in CBD. CBD kitolewa signages and then they fix some parts. They now say Nairobi imewak, as if Nairobi is only CBD. There are hospitals which do not have medicine. There are hospitals which do not have enough beds. People are sleeping on the floor, and there's still someone who's going to vote for Sakaja come 2027. And I really want to know what exactly is the issue. Is it that they gave you that 200, 300, 500 bob, and you forget that they've screwed us over when it comes to billions and millions of money? Is it this die-hard mentality that you don't care about putting everybody else in the country at risk? Is it stupidity? Is it idiocracy? Is it a mental illness? Kenyans, we cannot afford to just let people be like, yeah, okay, you know, everybody has a right, just vote for whoever you want. You are screwing everybody else over. Surely, this SHA thing, people were protesting about it. Some people died because they could not access medical services, and there's still someone who will vote for the same politicians who are hyping that thing up. Kenyans, we really need to stop thinking at this grassroots level and letting politicians screw us over. Seriously, enough is enough. We can't be doing this election year after election year. This is not the time to just say, hey, let them just go, because let them just. No. As a collective, we have to think as a collective. They should be sober-minded Kenyans versus politicians. This is not the time to join alliances with people who have screwed us over. Kenyans, please. Those people who you know, they have screwed us over in one way or another, please do not attempt to vote them in come 2027.
Parliament, on the other hand, is filled by rotten, nefarious, greedy thugs and hooligans in expensive suits who gives budget hundreds of millions to a silly office like that one of Rachel Ruto, as if power is sexually transmitted, while many kids out here are going without food or access to education, which is and ought to be a basic right. We do not have a country. We have a cabal of thieves, and we must reclaim back our country from these paragons of mediocrity.
William Ruto has not only lost Mount Kenya, he has lost the country. The kind of public disaffection with William Ruto's performance on the economy, the issue that unites Kenyans is not even tribe. I'm even surprised. These two are still talking like the Kenyan of before, where it was always about tribes, Mount Kenya here, Luos here, who here. Kenyans don't care about those tribes. Kenyans care about a government that responds to their needs, a government that creates an economy that makes meaning to them. Professor is telling us about CG plumbers, masons being employed in Makasembo, Lumumba housing estates. What about those unemployed teachers? What about those lawyers who are unemployed? What about those doctors? What about those JSS teachers who've been on strike demanding for the recognition of their CBA? Do you want them to become plumbers? Do you want them to become masons? And yet, when they went to school and they acquired a skill, when a lawyer goes to acquire a skill, a teacher goes to school to acquire a skill, is it now the responsibility of the government to turn this lawyer, to turn this teacher, to turn this doctor to become a plumber by force? No. We need to create an economy that makes meaning to everybody, an economy that empowers somebody based on his skill set. We cannot all become plumbers in this country, for Christ's sake. So government talking about unemployment should not reduce it to create jobs for masons. We create jobs for, as David D says, people to sell chapatis at construction sites. I'm an advocate. I want to go and practice law. She's a doctor. He needs to go and treat Kenyans. And let me say this. Kenyans are not in the space where these two are. These two represent the old order of our politics, where people discussed politics based on regionalism, based on tribes. Kenyans, united, tribeless, partyless, leaderless, came out to say our key concern is the economy. How are we being governed? And that is why you've seen the numbers that came out on the 18th of June 2024 and the 25th of June 2024. Those numbers have never been convened in the history of the earth across this country. The numbers you saw in Nairobi, the numbers you saw in Eldoret, in Kericho, in Kisumu, in Mombasa, in Nyeri, in Nyahururu, those numbers were phenomenal.
But even the numbers you're seeing right now on your screen were phenomenal for President William Ruto. They've never seen this kind of reception in Nyanza region.
In comparison with the numbers that came out in Kisumu on the 25th of June. They pale in comparison. But even having said that, I was in this same region when this was happening. And I can tell you, the people were saying, we came to witness the lies of William Ruto. And we did confirm that those promises with William Ruto, yes, they are there, and you can see them carrying handkerchiefs. Those handkerchiefs, in fact, the handkerchiefs that they're carrying, this is what happened. They were being given 500 Kenya shillings with an handkerchief. And you're told, you bring back your handkerchief and you're paid 1,000 shillings. No, he knows them. He knows them. He knows the political operatives in Kisumu who are doing that. Where have you ever seen? Raila has had how many rallies in Kisumu? Professor Jenda here has had how many rallies in Kisumu? No single day do you find people go to rallies carrying handkerchiefs. But this was a particular assignment. You are given a handkerchief, and you are told you are going to raise your handkerchiefs, and you bring back that handkerchief to the person who gave it to you for you to receive the balance of your payment.
So guys, mmeona State House. Mmeona State House kweli. William Ruto has proven to be the most luxurious president in the whole world. Ile ni State House. Now, this is my problem. We have a president mwenye anaambia wananchi, you have to tighten your belt. Lakini yeye anapenda luxury, good things. In fact, yeye aliona the importance ya yeye ni kuishi vizuri pale State House. Yani aliona vile akina Kibaki walikuwa wanaishi haikuwa poa. Vile Uhuru Kenyatta alikuwa anaishi haikuwa poa. Yani haifiki to his standards. So, he decided to use billions of taxpayers' money ati ana renovate State House ili aishi vizuri. And sasa ukiona pale State House saizi kuna very modern gypsum. Yani iko to standards zenye imeshinda mpaka ya states. The chairs alone ni billions. Yani Ruto anapenda good things, good life, but at the expense of Kenyans. Sasa tuko na wale watu wanasema ati guys, sasa sainde status imefika standards za the world. Fools. How do you prioritize a house than education, health? Tunauliza hizi swali. Citizen well-being. We have people sleeping hungry as we speak. So how do you prioritize luxury in State House na si mahitaji ya wananchi? Food for thought.
Unajua tu Kasongo lazima mambo yake.
Labda utakosa kuzima siku mbili juu na hasa.
Wagon wadau kama kao tuko hapa Vibes mtaani na leo tuko hapa klabu, and I'm asking people, how is the economy doing? We have heard the government say that inflation has dropped by 3%, but kwa ground watu wana feel nini? Wacha tubonge na wazee. Gava inasema inflation imeshuka 3%, the economy is doing good rather, but kwa ground tunafilaje?
That is a lie.
Hiyo ni kusema tu wanasema.
Hiyo ni uongo. Uongo mkubwa sana wenye hatujaiona.
Nasikianga kwa ground vitu ni different bana.
Kwa ground bado haijashuka. Hapa tunaumia.
Sisi tumezoea, hakuna otherwise.
Na government inajaribu tu kutengeneza picha yake huko nje.
Mimi kama mwananchi wa kawaida hivi hapa hivi, mimi naumia bana.
Kama si watu wa busy iko chini deadly. Hakuna wase wana come through.
Watu hapa penye tuko pesa hakuna.
Economy kwa saa hii kulingana na venye naona iko juu. Sana kwa sisi wana biashara.
Busy iko dimanga manze, tena unapata gava inatuvuruga. Sasa tunashindwa radani gani bana?
Kwa ground bado hatujaona hiyo. Hiyo ni kusema tu amesema labda pande yao wameona iko fine, lakini huku downtown bado.
And we don't need the government again to make their picture to be okay, even to the international community, but to us things are very different. Let them play something to the people in the ground, but not trying to make their picture look better.
Ukilinganisha this year na past 2 years, biashara yenye ilikuwa pale nyuma ilikuwa at least
last year ilikuwa better. Venye hii imeanza though aziniko at least down, so but acha tunaona venye inasonga, tuone venye itakuwa.
Lakini ukweli ni kwamba watu wanaumia, Wakenya hawako sawa, na hakuna chochote chenye tunahitaji kwa government kuanzia saa hii, ni tu wabadilishe jinsi ambavyo wanafanya mambo.
I hope si asai. Wacha tuione kama Vision 2030.
Mheshimiwa William Ruto, wewe ni mwizi, msaidizi wako ni mwizi, na lazima tunaomba kwamba Mheshimiwa William Ruto, omba Wakenya msamaha. Omba Wakenya msamaha.
kwa sababu ya yale maovu ambayo uliyafanya na Wakenya wanaumia.
If you want to be rich, stay in the private sector. Be rich in it. Not in government. Here you come to serve. Government should be a place where you're going to be rich. Be rich for whose money? That poor old woman's money that you're collecting in tax, that now you want to be rich on. That's other people's money, poor people's money. So that thinking, in your background, that thinking that this cannot be allowed, that is what has driven me into politics. Because if we look at the same lot, look at parliamentarians, you look at this lot that we have, plus the cabinet, and you think things will change in this country, I'm sorry.
Guys, a lot is happening simultaneously in so many parts of the world, right? Now, if there's something that history, pattern, economics has taught us, if something is happening in one country and you have direct relations, just know that your country is directly affected by the actions of the other country. Now, let me bring this home. Kenya. We know that we are being controlled and funded by the IMF. It's true. Because you know what? It's not that the American economy is so stable for them to just decide to fund Kenya or invest in Kenya. They have strategy in mind. They know what they're doing. They know what they are benefiting from. They can't just lose money. They know how the dollar is being affected. They know wars are coming. They know they have done bad things to other countries and now they need allies and people somewhere they could take rescue, right? And how do you do that to a country that is full of corrupt leaders, greedy puppets? You just bribe it off and they sell you something. Now, let me tell you why I'm thinking about this. Kenya, there's a lot that is happening, right? Of course, right now we are in the movement of reject finance bill because, of course, why? Why are we making life harder every day? Yeah, the budget that was supposed to be, we got the budget because if there's a finance bill and a finance plan, we need to understand why. Right? Why we are paying all this money? Where is it going? The budget is in a mess. It's like being told we are stealing from you and there's nothing we can do about it. We are not even going to develop for you. We are going to steal for you and we are going to enrich ourselves. We have put it in the budget. It's in public picture.
They say the ballooning budget is what they are trying to cut down. And on the other side, they are ballooning that budget themselves with things that Kenyans do not even need. It's not in Kenyans' priorities. Adding these scarce positions is duplicating roles. What does the PS do? What does the CS do? We used to have assistant ministers who never even used to sit in offices. We used just to see them having fun. I think we need to stop having this plethora of additional offices that actually are wasting Kenyans' taxes. Now I know why the government is overtaxing very hardworking, poor Kenyans to give gifts to their friends. Their priorities are bent, and we are not going to just sit there and watch this go on. 1 minute finance bill, another minute housing. Everybody is wondering what exactly are this government's priority. We should not save Kenyans promises like you can save a snow on your hand. It means after 5 years, there will be nothing to show from this government, because anything that we have seen has been opposed but forced onto Kenyans, like whether you like it or not. I remember my mom used to put porridge in a little kid who does not want to eat by force in between her laps, and the kid swallows by force. That's what we are seeing with this government. It is killing us instead of giving us hope and giving us like something to wake up to every day. So as I oppose, I just have questions for Mr. President. I know Mr. Ichungwa is in here. He will try to answer. What exactly is he trying to achieve by ballooning the same budget he's saying he's cutting down? You cannot cut down something from Paul and add something to Peter, yet you borrowed Paul to pay Peter, who is also, you're going into rounds of problems, wallowing in the same miasma of confusion. I do not understand the Kenya Kwanza government. Every day with the people who are learned, people I look and call honorable members. What do you sit to do in that White House, State House? I saw even in the budget you have added 4 billion to take tea. Is it Jesus cooking that tea? Cut the budget and mean it. Cut the budget so that the teachers, the doctors, the hospitals, we have medicine instead of adding your friends some token to enjoy themselves.
Prepare to pay more for your kid in secondary school. The Kenya Secondary School Heads Association has submitted a proposal to the Ministry of Education that, if approved, will see secondary schools increase their school fees by up to 27,000 shillings. Now, what's the reason behind this, you may ask? So before I give you the actual breakdown, what is the argument behind this by the school heads? The school heads argue that the capitation that the government is currently sending to secondary school is not sufficient, since it has not been reviewed since 2018, and there has been inflation, the cost of living has risen, and therefore it's becoming really expensive to run the schools. So what's the actual breakdown? The school heads are proposing that in addition to the 22,000 shillings that the government sends to schools as capitation annually, parents in national schools should part with an additional 19,400 shillings. Parents in extra county schools should pay an additional 27,400 shillings. And parents in day schools should pay an additional 5,300 shillings. The Minister of Education is yet to respond to this, and it's going to be interesting to see how this pans out in the next few days or months.
My name is Francis Gaido. I'm an active citizen, politician. We've decided to take this extraordinary measure because we are seeing an unresponsive regime, a regime that doesn't want to listen to us, doesn't want to listen to young people. We were promised that after finishing school, after finishing campus, we are going to get jobs. The jobs are not forthcoming. Even those who had jobs are standing risk of losing them. The members of parliament, we've had them, they are just a bunch of useless puppets. Their work is just rubber stamping everything that is brought from the executive. We have seen budgeted corruption. We have seen unpaid bills. We have seen no allocation for the young people. They are chopping up help money. They are reducing the school feeding programs. These are people who are united by their general contempt of young people. And we are saying, we are tired, man. We've had enough of this bullshit. We've had enough of this nonsense. And we are just telling the members of parliament, we are serving them notice that if they continue serving vested interests and not the people who elected them, this is gonna be the routine. This is gonna be your daily lives. We're gonna pull up, and we're not gonna stop here. We're gonna come to your homes. We're gonna look for your numbers. We are gonna invade your very intimate spaces, all in a bid to get you to listen to us. And if you're not ready to listen, resign. There are people who are willing. There are people who are capable of doing a better job than you people. We pay you so much. We don't understand. With 1 million shilling salary, you're going to the toilet. You're going to the toilet to be bribed with 10,000 bob. And we paid you so much in CDF, in allowances. So we are tired of this nonsense. The finance bill, first of all, the day before yesterday, they embarked on a PR mechanism. They embarked on a PR mechanism where they reduced 5 contentious issues, but those were strategically planted so that they can distract us. They can distract us from the reality that there are 200 new taxes. There are 200 new taxes which are going to send people home. They are going to send jobs closing, companies closing, factories shutting down, people relocating to Uganda and Tanzania. All those are jobs. All those are jobs which should have been here in Kenya. You understand? Yeah. Every year we don't want no amendments. Reject. No amendment. No amendment. It is rejection. Yes. That entire bill is flawed. That bill was made. It was made by IMF. It was made by World Bank. It was not made by Kenyans. They did not even factor in our input in the public participation stage. So all of it, we want it shelved in its entirety, and they do a new one. Failure to which is going to be serious consequences.
Enda pole pole. Cool down. We are not cooling down any soon. In fact, it might get hotter. We will consolidate. Kisungu kubwa. And after we consolidate, we will strategize.
Here I come. Oh, here I come. Oh.
Hey!
Whoa, 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 hey.
Hello.
And don't buy into the political rhetoric of trying to divide you into tribes.
Yes.
Our problems are not tribal. There is no Kikuyu problem, there is no Kalenjin problem, there is no Luo problem, there is no Somali problem. There is no Kamba problem.
Yes.
Chief share knows no tribe. The university funding model knows no tribe.
Yeah.
Joblessness knows no tribe. All these problems that we point out, they do not know any tribe.
Kusambaza hiyo message. Thank you. Fagia?
What?
I'll take it to all the corners. You take it to the entire nation. Yes. Yeah? Yes. It is a very solid car. Thank you, sir. Ndugu yangu, God bless you. Fagia wote. Kazi yangu. Asante. Ndugu yangu.
Good luck, my brother.
Thank you so much.
Good luck. Good luck.
All
the best.
Thank you, sir. It's time for a fresh start. Tunafagia wote. Your Excellency.
Aya, alafu matopare. Okay, matopare. Matopare. Topa. Matopare. Matopare. Topa.
Tuesday. Tunarudi uwanjani.
She asked me, baby, where you from? I told her, Kenya.
I beg of us, I really want to beg of us today, as the chair of UDA, let's stay focused to what it is we promise those hustlers. Because if we don't deliver, those hustlers will send us out of power, and they'll send us with vengeance. So let us talk about roads, electricity, education, health, pipes. Let's tone down on the politics. It is not healthy. It is not healthy. It is the wrong time.
Wananchi inaweza sikia kuchukua William Ruto. Wanaweza mchukua kwa sababu sisi wananchi, we don't need him. Ametuchosha. Ama nyinyi mjachoka? Mjachoka na Ruto? Ule mtu anataka kuchukua William Ruto, you can take him for free, take Wetangula for free, take Mudavadi for free. Tunawapea hizo takataka zote waende waongoze if they are good to you.
Majenzi mko? Kazi mnafanya kwa mtandao ni mzuri sana. Na tunapongeza nyinyi. Na muendelee. Mtaendelea. Lakini mtandao peke yake haitoshi. Tunataka mjiandikishe kama wapiga kura. Wale watu ambaye watakomboa Kenya hii, wenye kuamua Kenya itaongozwa namna gani, ni hao majenzi wetu mwaka wa 2027. Lakini hamwezi amua Kenya itakaa namna gani kwa simu peke yake. Lazima mchukue vitambulisho, lazima mjiandikishe kama wapiga kura. Siku hiyo ikifika, muamuke saa 9, muungane na sisi na wengine, tuende pale kwa debe, tutafute uongozi wa maana ambaye utaheshimu wa Kenya, utaheshimu demokrasia na utakubali kufanyia kila mtu maendeleo. Tumekubaliana majenzi?
Hata nasahau tarehe ni gani. Mimi siko na tarehe kwa kalenda. Na mimi hata sina haja nayo. Mimi chenye niko nayo nayo ni serikali ya 2027. Huyu mkata ushuru tumtoe. Na tuungane si wote.
Mimi vile naona nisha reject hiyo finance bill 2025. Ningoje tu date ya maandamano. Juu mambo yendi bana. Mimi hata wafanye nini? Mimi nisha reject. Mfanye nini? Nisha reject. Mfanye nisha reject. Nime reject. Mtoe date ya maandamano sasa.
And we are not alone. There's a new force of nature at hand, stirring all over the world. They are the young people whom, frankly, we have failed, who are angry, who are organized, who are capable of making a difference. They are a moral army. And the most important thing that we can do for them is to get the hell out of their way.
Kwanza mimi ikifika 2027 naiba mpaka kura ya madhangu na budangu. Sitaki warudi tu huko tena. Sima youth church anuka. Madha zetu bado Ruto unaenda home na 13 parliament tunaivunja. Wende home wote tuanze fresh.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I'm here to address you. You must go. Ruto must go. Kwa hapa na hatuendi. Kwa hapa tunalala huku na hatuendi. We don't fear you guys. You hypocrites. We don't fear you. Mr. Speaker, we don't fear you. Tuko ndani. We stomped inside. Sisi ni nani? I'm inside. Niko ndani. Na tunamalizana na nyinyi. Tunamalizana na nyinyi. Mmetutesa sana. Today is today. You must hear our cry. Sisi ni sisi. Mtatusikiza. Hii ni bunge yetu. Sisi tumewafanya mko hapa. This is our parliament. You must hear us. Kama hamna masikio, tutawafanya msikie. Poa mazee.
Sasa nini? President tunataka kuambia uko na miaka 2 katika ofisi. Na hawa wananchi hawa they will punish you na hata ukiwa na pesa utakwenda kutoa nje.
Wacheni tu mimi niseme na mapema. Ndio kama kuna list na andiko mniweke kwa list. I can't wait to reject finance bill 2025. I can't wait because I know it will be something absurd. It will be something mental. I can't wait. Mneke kwa list jameni. List ya reject.
Idiots who don't want to participate in the affairs of their nation, they think things will just work in and of themselves. Then they are tribalists. And these tribalists, they think that they are only safe with people who are from their tribe. And tribe can mean people from the same culture, same language, or same culture. Then they are citizens. These are individuals who are responsible and know that when you want to be served, you must give those who have the desire and the intellectual capacity to serve you. In many societies, it is only a small percentage of people that can be called citizens, not more than 5%. And if a society wants to grow in the right direction, civic education is what will help the idiot and the tribalist to become a citizen.
Mungu yetu itoe Ruto Kenya
hata kama angalau najali. Sisi Kenya tumechoka na Ruto, maisha imetuharibikia, analipisha mpaka sodo ya wamama. Pure kabisa Ruto. We don't like you, go home. Sasa tafuta kiongozi ambaye anapenda mwananchi na anapenda kijana kama sisi.
They want to be described as honorable even when they are horrible. They acquire things which they have not worked for. They promise us things that they know they will never deliver. And there is no shortage of such men and women in the African continent.
Now, why do you want Ruto gone?
We want Ruto gone because he is killing innocent people. He's wanting to pass the Finance Bill 2024. He's putting tax on sanitary products that girls can't even buy. He can't go to school. He's corrupt. He's taking the money. He needs to go.
Yes.
Out. If you're going to raise anything, start with your hairline.
Nice.
Control, Alt, Delete, Ruto. The drunk did better than you. Drunkard did better than you.
Nice.
Now the next election,
yes.
Unajua hawa ndio watakuwa nasema fagia wote ama mtasema namna gani? This generation,
yes,
they use their might because they didn't vote, the largest vote in the last election.
Hi Kenyans, mi sina maneno mengi. All I want to say is Ruto must go like yesterday. Bye.